Hey Aries, I just sat down to do your reading, and the energy that came through is absolutely wild. Like I had to put the deck down for a second because what I'm seeing here is not what I expected at all. You know how sometimes the universe just decides to flip the entire script? Yeah, that's what's happening right now. So I shuffled the deck thinking this would be a regular reading, and the first card that literally jumped out was the Eight of Pentacles. And I'm sitting here looking at this card and I'm like, okay. So there's work happening, there's dedication, there's this person hunched over their craft. But then I started feeling into the energy more, and this isn't just about work. This is about you becoming so good at what you do that people literally cannot ignore you anymore. Like you've been in your own world, doing your thing, perfecting your skills. And while you were busy leveling up, other people were busy trying to tear you down. Except here's the thing that's making me smile right now. They failed. Spectacularly. The Eight of Pentacles is showing me this image of you just completely in your zone. You're not even paying attention to the noise anymore. You stopped engaging with the drama. You stopped trying to defend yourself. You stopped explaining your choices to people who were never going to understand them anyway. And that decision to just focus on your craft, focus on your growth, focus on becoming the best version of yourself, that was the move that changed everything. Because while they were spending their energy trying to bring you down, you were spending your energy building something they can't touch. And I need you to understand something really important here. The people who were against you, they weren't just random haters. The cards are showing me that this was organized. This was a group of people who literally came together with the intention of blocking your success. I'm talking about people who were in group chats about you, people who were coordinating their efforts, people who genuinely believed that if they all pushed hard enough, they could stop your rise. That sounds intense because it is intense. This wasn't casual jealousy. This was a whole operation. But here's where the story gets interesting and honestly kind of satisfying. While they were busy plotting, you were busy working. And the universe has this really funny way of rewarding the person who chooses growth over gossip, who chooses development over drama, who chooses mastery over manipulation. The Eight of Pentacles is literally the card of someone who becomes so undeniably skilled that no amount of outside interference can stop their success. Now let me pull the next card because I need to see what happened to these people who were trying to block you. And oh wow, the Page of Cups just came out and this is making me understand the whole situation so much better. The Page of Cups represents emotional immaturity. It represents people who are still operating from a place of feelings rather than facts. People who let their emotions dictate their actions without thinking about consequences. These people who came together against you, they weren't operating from a place of logic or reason. They were operating from pure emotion. Jealousy, insecurity, fear of being left behind, resentment that you were evolving while they were staying stagnant. The Page of Cups is showing me these people were actually quite childish in their approach. They thought that if they could damage your reputation, if they could spread rumors, if they could turn others against you, that would be enough to stop you. They genuinely believed that social manipulation would be more powerful than your actual work and results. And I'm sitting here with these cards thinking about how naive that is. Because reputation is temporary but results are permanent. You can tell lies about someone but you cannot fake tangible success. You cannot fake genuine skill. You cannot fake real transformation. And what I'm seeing is that while they were busy with their little emotional games, you were creating something real. You were building something substantial. The Eight of Pentacles doesn't lie. When you put in real work, when you develop real skills, when you create real value, that energy speaks for itself. It doesn't need defense. It doesn't need explanation. It just exists, and people can feel it. Let me pull another card because I want to understand what's shifting now. The Wheel of Fortune just came out and I literally got chills. The Wheel of Fortune is the karma card. This is the universe's way of saying that every action has a consequence. Every energy you put out comes back to you. And the wheel always turns. What goes up must come down. And what's been down must come up. And in your situation, the Wheel of Fortune is showing me that there's been a massive turning point. These people who tried to sabotage you, they thought they were in control. They thought they had the power. They thought that by working together they could determine your fate. But what they didn't understand is that they were actually setting up their own downfall. Because when you try to destroy someone who's innocent, when you come together in negativity against someone who's actually doing nothing wrong except succeeding, the universe takes note. And the wheel of fortune doesn't just turn slowly. Sometimes it spins. What I'm seeing is that very recently something happened that exposed their whole operation. Maybe someone in their group started feeling guilty and spoke up. Maybe their own jealousy started turning inward and they began attacking each other. Maybe their lies became so convoluted that they couldn't keep their story straight anymore. But whatever happened, the truth came out. And when it came out in a way that made them look absolutely ridiculous. The Wheel of Fortune is showing me that their reputation is now damaged in the exact way they were trying to damage yours. The social consequences they were trying to create for you have manifested for them instead. People are now looking at them the way they wanted people to look at you. Suspicious, distrustful, questioning their motives and their character. And the irony of this situation is almost poetic. They sat there thinking they were judge and jury, thinking they had the right to decide your fate, and now they're the ones being judged. Okay, I need to pull the next card because I'm feeling like there's more to this story about what you actually did. The Fool card just came out and at first I was confused because the Fool is about new beginnings, innocence, taking leaps of faith. But then I started understanding what the cards are telling me. While all this drama was happening, while they were forming their little alliance against you, you made a decision that they absolutely did not see coming. You walked away. The Fool is showing me that you just removed yourself from the entire situation. You didn't fight back in the way they expected. You didn't engage in the back and forth. You didn't try to defend yourself in their arena. You literally just said, you know what? I'm not playing this game anymore, and you walked away. And that move, that simple act of removing yourself from their toxic environment, that's what they're now calling villainous. Because in their minds, you were supposed to stay and fight. You were supposed to defend yourself. You were supposed to care about their opinions and their judgment, but you didn't. You just left. And that departure, that refusal to engage, that's what's driving them absolutely crazy right now. Because they put all this effort into creating this situation, all this energy into coordinating against you, and you just refused to participate. You took your energy, your attention, your power, and you directed it somewhere else entirely. You started fresh. You began a new chapter. You took a leap of faith into a different direction. And that act of simply walking away and choosing yourself, that's what makes you the villain in their story. Let me pull another card because I want to see what this new beginning is bringing you. The High Priestess just came out and okay, this is making so much sense now. The High Priestess is about intuition, about hidden knowledge, about understanding things that others don't see yet. What I'm picking up is that during all of this drama, during all of their attempts to sabotage you, you were actually learning something really valuable. You were developing this deeper level of awareness about people, about energy, about how to protect yourself. The High Priestess is showing me that you can now see through people's facades in a way you couldn't before. You understand manipulation tactics. You recognize fake energy. You can identify who's genuine and who's performing. And this wisdom you've gained, this is actually going to be one of your greatest assets moving forward. Because you're not naive anymore. You're not going to be easily deceived. You know what real support looks like versus what performative friendship looks like. And what's really interesting about the High Priestess here is that she represents hidden knowledge. This is telling me that you actually know more about what happened than these people realize. You have information. You have receipts. You have evidence of their coordination against you. But here's the powerful part. You're not using it. You're not exposing them. You're not creating a big dramatic reveal. You're just holding that knowledge, knowing that the truth is on your side, knowing that you have the power but choosing not to wield it in the way they would. That restraint, that wisdom, that's actually what's making them more nervous than any public call-out would. Because they don't know what you know. They don't know what you might do with the information you have. And that uncertainty is eating at them. They're sitting there wondering if today's the day you decide to reveal everything. If this is the moment you're going to pull back the curtain on their whole operation. But you're not. You're just letting them live in that anxiety while you continue building your life. Let me pull the next card because I'm curious about what's coming next in this situation. Six of Swords just came through and I'm getting this feeling of movement, of transition, of leaving troubled waters behind. The Six of Swords is literally the card of moving away from difficulty toward calmer circumstances. And what this is showing me is that you're not just walking away emotionally, you're actually moving. This could be physical relocation. Or it could be moving into a completely different social circle. Or moving into a different level of success that these people simply cannot access. The Six of Swords is showing me that you're being guided toward better circumstances. The universe is literally creating a path for you to step into a reality where these people and their drama simply don't exist anymore. And this isn't about running away. This is about graduating. You've learned what you needed to learn from this situation. You've developed the skills you needed to develop. You've gained the wisdom you needed to gain. And now it's time to move into the next chapter where none of this even matters anymore. What's really beautiful about the Six of Swords is that it shows someone being guided across water by someone else. This is telling me that there are higher forces, spiritual guides, divine timing, whatever you want to call it, that are actively helping you transition out of this toxic situation and into something better. You're not making this journey alone. You're being supported in ways you might not even fully recognize yet. And while you're moving forward into better things, they're going to be stuck in the same place, probably still talking about you, still trying to understand how you managed to escape their trap, still trying to figure out why their plan didn't work. The Six of Swords creates distance. And that distance is going to give you perspective, peace, and freedom. Okay, I need to pull the next card because I'm feeling like there's something about manifestation here. Page of Pentacles just came out and this card is making me really excited for you. The Page of Pentacles is about new opportunities in the material world. New chances to build wealth, new pathways to success. This is the card of someone who's at the beginning stages of creating something really profitable and sustainable. What I'm seeing is that while you were dealing with all that drama, while you were being targeted by that group, you were also quietly building something. Maybe it's a business. Maybe it's a new career path. Maybe it's an investment. Maybe it's a skill that you can monetize. But the Page of Pentacles is showing me that you've planted seeds. You've started something. And these people who were trying to sabotage you, they have no idea what you're building because you've been smart enough to keep it private. The Page of Pentacles represents the early stages before something takes off. And the energy I'm getting is that what you're building right now is going to be significantly more successful than anyone expects. You're not just recovering from their attack. You're not just rebuilding what was damaged. You're creating something entirely new that's going to surpass anything you've done before. And when it does take off, when it does become successful, these people are going to be shocked. They're going to realize that not only did they fail to stop you, but they actually motivated you to level up even harder. There's something really satisfying about the Page of Pentacles following the Six of Swords. It's like the cards are saying yes, you're moving away from toxicity. And you're moving toward tangible success. You're not just escaping negativity. You're running toward opportunity. And the fact that you're doing this quietly, without announcement, without seeking validation, that's what's going to make the success even sweeter. Let me pull another card because I want to see how this financial opportunity develops. Seven of Pentacles just came through and I need to take a breath because this card is about harvest. The Seven of Pentacles shows someone standing back and looking at their garden, looking at everything they've planted and grown, and now it's time to collect the results of all that work. This is telling me that the effort you've been putting in, the work you've been doing while they were distracted by drama, that's about to pay off in a really tangible way. The Seven of Pentacles isn't about instant success. It's about earned success. It's about results that come from consistent effort over time. And the timeline I'm feeling with this card is not that far away. This feels like something that's going to materialize within the next few months. What's interesting about the Seven of Pentacles is that it's a card of evaluation. You're going to reach a point where you look at everything you've built, and you're going to have decisions to make about what to keep investing in and what to harvest. This is telling me that your success is going to reach a level where you have options. You're going to have multiple opportunities, multiple paths forward, and you're going to need to decide which ones align with your goals. And while you're standing there evaluating your abundant options, those people who tried to sabotage you are going to be watching. They're going to see your success. They're going to see the harvest you're reaping. And they're going to realize that every effort they made to stop you actually just watered your garden. Every obstacle they tried to place in your path actually just made you more determined. Every lie they spread actually just revealed their own character while yours remained intact. The Seven of Pentacles is showing me that you're going to be in a position where you're literally choosing between good options. Not struggling for scraps. Not fighting for recognition. Just calmly deciding which opportunity serves your highest good. That's abundance. That's real success. And that's your future. Let me pull the next card. Because I'm feeling like there's something about public recognition here. Temperance just came through, and at first this seems like an unexpected card, but as I'm sitting with it, I'm starting to understand its message. Temperance is about balance, about moderation, about blending different elements harmoniously. And what this is showing me is how you're going to handle your success when it comes. Because here's the thing, when you do succeed at the level the cards are showing, when you do harvest those results, when your success becomes visible, there's going to be temptation to be petty. There's going to be moments where you could rub it in their faces. You could post about your success specifically to make them feel bad. You could send subtle messages that you know they'll see and understand. But Temperance is showing me that you're not going to do that. You're going to handle your success with grace. You're going to maintain your balance. You're going to stay centered in your own energy rather than making your success about them. And that restraint, that maturity, that's actually what's going to make you truly powerful. Because people respect someone who succeeds and remains humble, way more than someone who succeeds and becomes arrogant. Temperance is telling me that you understand something really important. The best revenge isn't a dramatic call-out or a public humiliation. The best revenge is becoming so successful, so balanced, so genuinely happy that their opinion of you becomes completely irrelevant. You're not going to waste your energy trying to prove anything to them. You're just going to live your success. Quietly and powerfully. And that's going to speak louder than any words could. And here's what's really going to drive them crazy. When you succeed with grace, when you rise without attacking them back, when you maintain your character even when you have the upper hand, some people are going to respect that. Some people who were on their side are going to start questioning if they were wrong about you. Your character in victory is going to be more convincing than any defense you could have made. Okay, last card because I want to see what the ultimate outcome is here. Ace of Swords just came out and I literally said wow out loud when I pulled this. The Ace of Swords is about truth, about mental clarity, about cutting through illusion with absolute precision. This is the card of breakthrough moments, of sudden realization, of undeniable clarity. What the Ace of Swords is showing me is that there's going to be a moment, a specific moment, where the whole truth comes out. Not just bits and pieces. Not just hints and suspicions. The complete truth about what these people did, why they did it, how they coordinated, all of it is going to be revealed in a way that's undeniable. And when that happens, when that Ace of Swords moment hits, there will be no room for debate, no room for alternative narratives. Just clear, sharp, obvious truth. The Ace of Swords is one of the most powerful cards in the deck for justice because it represents truth that cannot be argued with. It's like when evidence comes out that's so clear, so documented, so undeniable that no one can spin it or explain it away. And that's what's coming. Not through your effort, not through your exposure, through natural circumstances, through the consequences of their own actions, the truth is going to reveal itself. And when it does, when that Ace of Swords cuts through all the confusion and lies, you're going to be vindicated in a way that's more complete than you probably imagined. People who doubted you are going to apologize. People who believed their stories are going to feel foolish. People who participated are going to be held accountable. And you won't have to say a word. The truth is going to speak for itself. The Ace of Swords is also showing me that this revelation is going to bring you mental peace, because even though you've been handling this situation with maturity, even though you've been focusing on your growth, there's probably still been a part of you that carries the weight of being misunderstood. A part of you that knows the truth but hasn't been able to make others see it. That burden is going to lift. That weight is going to release. You're going to experience this incredible mental clarity and freedom when the truth finally comes to light. So, let me bring all these cards together, because the story they're telling is actually remarkable. You've been working on yourself, developing your skills, perfecting your craft. While you were doing that, a group of people came together with the intention of sabotaging your success. Because they were operating from jealousy and emotional immaturity. They thought they could stop you through social manipulation and coordinated negativity. But instead of engaging with their drama, you made the radical choice to just walk away. You removed yourself from their toxic environment, you started fresh, you took a leap of faith. And during that transition, you gained wisdom, you developed intuition, you learned to see through manipulation. You became someone who can't be easily deceived anymore. While they were stuck in their drama, you were quietly building something new. A business, a skill, an opportunity that they don't even know about. You planted seeds. You've been working consistently. And now you're approaching harvest time. The results of all that work are about to manifest in tangible, material success. And when that success comes, you're going to handle it with grace. You're not going to be petty. You're not going to make it about them. You're going to maintain your balance and character, which is actually going to make your victory even more powerful. And eventually, the complete truth about what they did is going to come out in a way that's undeniable, bringing you vindication and mental peace. You sat down an entire cult of people who came together against you, not by fighting them on their level, but by refusing to participate in their game, by choosing growth over gossip, by focusing on results instead of reputation, by building something real while they were building lies. And because of that choice, because of that discipline, you're about to receive double what they tried to take from you. Double the success. Double the opportunities. Double the abundance. Because that's how the universe works. When people try to take from you unjustly, when you handle it with integrity, when you keep your focus on your growth, the universe doesn't just restore what was threatened, it multiplies it. So yeah, in their story, you're the villain. You're the person who didn't react the way they wanted. You're the person who walked away instead of fighting. You're the person who succeeded despite their efforts. You're the person who made them face their own karma just by existing and thriving. And honestly, that's a villain role I think you're pretty comfortable with. Because on this side of the truth, you're not the villain at all. You're the person who chose themselves. And that decision is about to pay off in ways that make all of this completely worth it. I hope this reading brought you some clarity, Aries. The energy around you right now is actually really powerful and positive despite what you've been through. Trust the process. Trust your journey. And trust that the truth always finds its way to the light.